couple of minutes early. I just want to make sure that everything is smooth just prior to the 7 o'clock live stream. So, man, things are a little bit different. So, as you guys know, I don't enjoy filming down here in the basement because the last time I tried filming a live stream in the basement, you guys remember, man, like I filmed a 47-minute live stream and like the first 11 minutes filmed. And yeah, I was basically talking to myself for like the last 30 plus minutes. The router doesn't reach this far down, so that's basically why I pretty much film upstairs in the office or in one of the spare bedrooms as close to the office as possible. But I want to be down here for this special episode. I looked at my episode count and I was at 999 episodes. And tomorrow, when the next short video airs, I didn't want that random short video to be the 1000th episode. I want it to be special. I want the 1000th episode to mean something. I don't know if it was at the tail end of 2023 or it was sometime towards the middle of 2024, but I did create a special 500th episode way back when, and it was like a wrestling related video, right? And I inserted a bunch of WWF clips, and of course, anything wrestling related, anything WWF related, immediately gets stricken by YouTube, and that special 500th episode that I had created never saw the light of day. So technically episode number 500 never existed. So how could I make that different? How could I make this 1000th episode different? How could I make it special? Well, I never did a 2025 room tour video. And it's been over a year since I've done my last room tour, and there have been a lot of changes to this room since the last one. So I figured, why not do not just a regular room tour video, but an actual live room tour with you guys. That way I can actually talk to you guys about what upgrades I've made, talk to you guys and, answer your questions while we're going through each section. If you guys have recommendations, like, hey, what would you guys like to see? Normally in these short videos, hey, I want to see a new Shawn Michaels collection. I want to see my Heart collection, etc. And that's amazing. Hey, Tomas, what's happening, man? It looks well just from what I can see. Hey, Zealot. Yeah, so I don't know what you guys are most interested in. I mean, normally I kind of start at the top of the stairs and I work my way down, and we kind of we move around to the back of the room. But I don't know. Like I'm thinking I might work my way around, not work my way from the back of the room and kind of work my way into the garage up the stairs, because I may actually go to multiple rooms this time, because I've kind of branched out. So I've got like stuff in the secondary living room. I've even got stuff upstairs in one of the spare bedrooms. So it could be multiple areas that we use this time around. So hey, what's up, Al? I see you, buddy. All right. Hey, what's up, Gospel? Stephanie, back here, figure ASAP. Hey, what's up, King? How long have you been collecting? Zealot, I just started collecting in around September or October of 2021. Hey, Nunu, what's happening, man? Sent 100. I'm not sure what that 100 is, but, thank you so much for whatever that is. I really appreciate it. Top of mind, having received my second Paul LG, this time blue card. Logan Paul, yeah, I just got a couple of those Logan Pauls in today, so I'm really excited. Actually, those Logan Pauls, they're not bad figures. Like, I'm not a fan of Logan Paul directly, but Logan Paul is a pretty sensational looking LGN, so I'm pretty ecstatic about that. Hey, what's up, Tony? Dom, what's happening, buddy? So, guys, actually, I want to dive into the collection, and I think I'm gonna work my way from the back this time. So instead of starting from the stair up the top of the stairs and work my way down, I'm gonna actually start in the storage room. So it's a little bit dark in there, but I'm working my way in the storage room and kind of the upgrades or the changes in here, and kind of get your guys' opinion and see what difference you guys kind of recommend I could make or should make. And you'll see what difference there is. Actually, I'm going to get some of the lights turned on in here because I should have actually turned these lights on prior, because they actually look really good with all these lights on. It would, so at one point I had Closets by Design come in and build these shelves for me. So these shelves obviously were not here when I bought the house, and there was just like regular wooden shelves back here, but I mean they were good storage shelves and whatnot, but they weren't like real nice fancy shelves or anything like that, right? And I just wanted them for regular old storage. And then when I started expanding the collection and got more and more stuff in, yeah, I wanted them for regular old storage, blankets, towels, clothing, etc. And then, of course, regular old collectibles and so on. And so I started expanding, more collections up like that into here. So I don't think I'm going to add all of the lights, just some. So can I flip this? All right, so storage room when you walk in. This is kind of like what you're looking at, right? So let's start here. Mattel Retros. So they are all in order. So when you look at the back of the box, they are in order as how you see the figures, right? With the original, with the carded figure, and then the loose figure, situated in front. And that's kind of how I have all of the figures, regardless of what line we're talking about. But eventually, because there are so many, you eventually run out, right? So at one point, I started the collection over here, but I didn't like that. So eventually, what I did is start putting them over here. You guys remember this door right here, as well as that wall, and even over here. These were all Zombie Sailors toys. But I am not the biggest fan of Zombie Sailors anymore. Like, at one point, I would have probably put them in like top 10 favorites. Today, despise Zombie Sailors. I am not a fan of ZST anymore. So they have been relegated to garage mop-up duty nowadays. So they're not even in my main display room anymore. And when you kind of replace these $40, $50 action figures with like these $15 action figures, you kind of see how I feel about those nowadays. So I'm kind of see what else I could kind of replace them with, because our Mattel Retros really what I want to have on like the main display. Let me get back to your comments here, guys, because I'm trying to do my best to keep up with you guys. Do I have the Simpsons? Oddly enough, I do have some Simpsons. Not a lot, but I have collected a few of them in the past. Abby, I am not. I have been married for over 20 years. I've been with my wife since high school. So we've been together roughly 23 years. My company offers a select gift every Christmas, and they started just hooking into Amazon. I found a new CM Punk Ultimate, so I ordered it in the other day. Arrived this afternoon. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Wonder if I should buy at least one Larry Glow in the Dark. Hey, what's up, Steven? I was actually looking at that Glow in the Dark. I actually wanted it. because I think glow in the dark figures are actually pretty fast. Hey, Steven, you're right on time, buddy. Mm. But kind of expanding. I'm really strongly thinking, guys, about kind of getting rid of this stuff. Hey, what's up, Hitman? Back in 20, so around Christmas time, 2023, I was watching some YouTube videos about the Just Toys Bendums, and around Christmas time into New Year's 2024, I was really going heavy into the Just Toys Bendums and mass carding purchasing. Like, I almost picked up the entire collection carded. And that meant I also had to go into picking up all of the figures loose, right? That just tells you how like invested I was into getting these figures, picking up the entire collection. But as hot and heavy as I went into getting these guys, getting the entire collection, as invested, as quickly, as heavy as invested I got into them, as much as quickly I fell out of love with them. So that's insane, right? So for like 2 weeks, bam, 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 buy, 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 and then like just like that, bam, I was out of it. So I don't know if I even have any interest. And at the same time, do I want to keep taking up all of this real estate with figures I'm really not interested in? I mean, I could use that space for the big rubber guys, right? So, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, if I don't have the interest in this, do I still want to use up this? But I like the setup. I like the big box spots for the Bendums, and with the risers, it makes sense to keep them here. I mean, they're out of sight, out of mind, so it doesn't really affect me to take them out of these places. When you get down here to like the ringside collectibles, 2 packs of the Mattel retros, I don't know. Then you get to like the bell to bell, figures. Like these guys, I only have one carded figure of the over the top man figures. So I have the whole set here loose, and I think I have all of them with weapons, which is great. But like I said, only one carded, and those guys carded are like $200 a piece, but they're amazing. But they're not really wrestling figures in the traditional sense, so they don't really fall in line with the rest of these guys. But I try my best to kind of keep them together. All right, let me go back to these questions here. Kind of want one because it's glow in the dark and because I have the regular Larry that came with the awful. Yeah, I mean, that CM Punk, where's he at? I mean, I think CM Punk is one of the worst action figures ever created. I mean, absolutely dreadful. For Christmas from my job today, I had all of those. Just started getting in the new LGNs. Got 2 Pulse so far. That's pretty awesome. One black. I actually got four Hogans, and I wasn't planning on keeping all of them, but like now, like I was gonna like have a couple off to the side for my viewers if they needed an extra one. I could send one out to somebody, but now I'm looking at the skin tone, and now I'm like, damn, now I gotta keep them. They're the freaking variants. And you guys know how obsessed I am about variants, right? I'm like, son of a bitch. What's with these freaking companies with these damn variants? Steven, they're not at Target, and to be honest, the way that they're going right now, I don't think you're going to see them in stores anytime soon. Are the Bendies the same as the Bendums? Pretty much. Let me skip ahead for you real quick. So these are your Toys Bendums, just Toys Bendums, right? So keep those in mind. Those are your Just Toys as your LJN. bendies. So I'm going to skip ahead for you real quick. These are your Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, figures. These are your, so they're like literally the same exact type of figures. So, yeah, we're going to come out here. We're going to take a look at all those. All right. I haven't seen that yet. I think everything is still order online for shipping. I got email that my 3 are delayed until 11/13. First one I got was a Paul Black card. So freaking cool. Yeah, well, people are selling the black card for Hogan on eBay for. Yeah, I mean, come on, you could get a Logan Paul on Target for like $25, right? But you got to get on eBay and they're selling it for like $250. And I was saying this the other day on my live stream yesterday with BBA. Go on Target, buy 2 of them for $50. You're gonna get a blue card and a black card. That there's no doubt, right? So if you want a black card Logan Paul, you're gonna get a black card. There's no doubt about it. So I mean, the way that people are pricing these on eBay are just absolutely ridiculous. All right, now I might have to collect black cards. Don't want to, just want one of each to open. And I've seen the black card poster, and that's another thing. Those things look amazing. My Target LJNs came today. Pretty nice black card. Yeah, if I get another black card, I'll probably keep it MOC, but then I have to another one because I want. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to open up any of my black cards. I just think they look spectacular. Kind of moving on. I don't know if I'm going to get any more Rush collectibles. I mean, but these are all of the carded. I mean, there's like 3 variants for each individual character. Obviously, I only have, 1 loose. Well, I got a couple loose for each of the characters, but, you got a couple of the ogre guys, like 1 green ogre. I mean, what is this guy's name? Something Tillet. Maurice Tillet. Yeah. French Angel, Maurice Tillet. So he's got like 3 variants here. I like the green ogre one myself. So that one's pretty cool. What just dropped? Oh, roadblock. And yeah. But all of his stuff is like way behind, so who knows when the rest of Series 2 is coming out for Rush collectibles. And of course Latuni. I mean, the stuff for Latuni, this stuff ain't gonna stay here forever. I just needed a quick spot to put the figures, and that's all we got for so far. Got a couple of AWA Remco Matt Mania figures. They're not staying there, just temporary. And some of the KWK figures down here. Some more KWK. And obviously big rubber guys, 2 rows deep. More big rubber guys, 2 rows deep. More big rubber guys. Grapples and gimmicks. You got more grapples and gimmicks out front. I mean, these are like the only BCA, the only Bone Crunchy figures I have loose. All of the zombie sailors I have loose. I mean, this is like every single figure they've come out with. Well, majority of them. I pretty much stopped buying them for the most part. And, well, you guys know about these guys. So the idea was to get like a lot of these bell-to-bell figures. But, I mean, any like the Remco style, I tried putting them out here, but I'm like, I'm pretty much done. The Ebonine figures, if I could get like the Smash Or no, I got smash. It's X I need. Like we're warrior on a demolition body. I'm like, damn you. Guy, I don't know what to do with this shelf because there's not really much I could do with the shelf, right? Originally, the idea was movies or video games, but this is what I got going on here. Now, this monster line, this is awesome, especially with the bootleg Freddy Krueger, because this is like a $200, $250 figure right here on card. I mean, even loose, this is like 150 bucks. So, I mean, this is a really freaking important line. That's why I tell you, man, bootlegs. Around 2023, you guys remember there was a flood down here. So down here, if you could see it, yeah, that right there. There was a water was coming up through that damn grate right there, and all that darn water was coming, and the water seeped through here, and it kind of came out to about this spot here, and so we had to lift this whole area out. If you guys remember, like these two shelves here were in this spot against this wall, and this shelf was kind of like right here, right? And this shelf right here was like was kind of like right here, right? So you had a walking space, just kind of like walking right through this spot, and it was really nice. But what that flood made forced me to do was kind of reevaluate how I wanted my display, and that's why I kind of built these shelves here to rearrange and kind of redisplay the way I wanted my figures. I mean, I really like the way it looks now, but I really miss the old setup too. And it also kind of, you know, blocked that doorway though. But that's this setup, and I think I got some Wrestle Something wrestlers on this side here as well. So yeah, that's this room. All right. So magazine reviews. I was using this for like all my magazines here, right? Grab a magazine, review it. When it's done, I put it into the new magazine holder. So those are all in order. Have some of like the video games here, the Game Boys, and then all of the video games in order by year. All Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, right? And then you got your original San Francisco 14-inch figures. Got Goldberg, Sting, Hogan. I don't think I got Macho Man. I like that talking Krueger. That one was really cool though. And of course I got my loose Hasbros all in order. Sequential order, series 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. All the way down to series 11, and then all customs. Alright, let me see if I make sure I got you guys so I'm not missing. Did you see Jason's video counting his LGNs? Yep, so I was at 74, I think. I think he was at 76. And what did he do? I think he counted Lou Albano twice as two figures, and I think he counted Elizabeth twice. So that's where he and I were different. And I don't know, man. Like, maybe, possibly, he and I can agree on Albano. Maybe, because if I can count Jimmy Hart 3 times, maybe I can agree with him possibly on Albano. But Elizabeth, I don't know. I don't think I can count Elizabeth because I can't account an accessory. At the end of the day, it's still the same figure. Uh, so I don't know if I could count at the accessory as a new figure, because I didn't even count, Jake Roberts, because if we count Lil Banner, we got to count Jake Roberts, because I mean that's still enough of a change, right? So that's why this line is just so difficult to determine, like the quantity of figures. It's just so difficult. But damn, but that was a fun one. It was nice that he did his little walkthrough, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Damn, I'm kind of like bouncing all over the place, guys. So, uh, where should I begin? Let's start here. I like this. I like this corner. Um, let's look at the customs, because I feel like this is going to be the next tournament, the LJN tournament year 4. As we look at these, we already know we're not going to do all of the figures again. In fact, the last tournament was 320 figures, right? And we're probably up to about 350, 360, 375. I don't know, man. But we're not going to do 350 or so figures in the next tournament. We're probably going to be somewhere in like the 150 to 200 figure range when we do the next tournament. And what do you guys think? Do you think I should do a video where I kind of look at all the figures and be like, hey, this is what I have on hand. We are not going to include this in the tournament. That way viewers can see the figures and still get that appreciation. But just know that it won't be part of the tournament. And then I'm still missing 3 sets of the tag team set. Killer Bees, Strike Force. Late November in stores, straight. I'm the boogeyman and I'm gonna get you. There's 2 different blue card Hogans, light skin and tan skin. Yeah, there's also like even the card. Like there's one where the blue of the card is darker than the other, and that's kind of frustrating. But no wonder I couldn't get it. I bought them all. uh, man, there's guys out there that have like 6 of those suckers. A92, thanks so much, man. From Mattel was on podcast the other night. October 30th was the pre-order date. Target stores will have a display for Black Friday. That'd be awesome. I don't remove them from the packaging, but it does look that way. No, these are all my personal collection, but anything I have duplicates of sometimes. I really got into WF after the Hasbro's ended. These were my WF figures so long. Props for being the size of the Hasbro's unofficial continuation. Yeah, that's exactly what they were. Same size as Hasbro, but they still kind of mimicked the old Jans with the rubber form. So that was pretty cool, I guess. For Nikita Koloff and Barry Windham with the U.S. title belt. Major Bendy's prototype. That is the question. All right. My Tuesday shows, like once it ended, this was technically supposed to be the next lineup, which was the WCW original San Francisco Toymakers. But I'm kind of glad we didn't do this, because pulling these suckers off the shelves are a pain in the ass, because there's just so freaking many of them and they just all fall off right. But every series you've got the same exact release, right? They all Like you might have black nasty boys, you might have orange nasty boys, you'll have green nasty boys, and what did I miss? Orange, green, black, and is that it? Or you'll have Harlem Heat black. You'll have Harlem Heat blue. You'll have Harlem Heat red. You have Harlem Heat purple, and it's like you'll get them on single card, and you'll get them in tag team set, and you'll get them in like every single series like that. It's like so freaking annoying, right? But you're a collector, so you want to get them in like every single series like that. Oh, this is hilarious right here. Every time I like in my short video, I was talking about the dark skinned Jimmy Hart, and like, oh yeah, it's so funny that you put the dark skinned Jimmy Hart with Harlem Heat. I'm like, dude, that's just coincidence, man. Because I put the you know white skinned Jimmy Hart regular figure in front of his carded figure, right? So obviously I can't put dark skin right there because there's no space. So I just sit him right there because there's an opening right there. So everybody's always making a joke about that. I'm like, that's just an opening spot. Originally, I had him over here, but I moved all the figures that I had on this shelf, and I just kind of kept them over here with the original San Francisco. So that's always a running joke, and I'm like, whatevs. And Cello Toys, I mean, these shelves, I mean, I got to do something different with them because I never liked the whole book that look right where you got to pull them off the shelf like a book. I want to be face forward like so. But these lines from Mattel, the monster line and the zombie line, over back behind me, you got the mutant line. Those are always so much fun. I always love the mishmatch. But like Cello Toys, they're here. You got Cello Toys up here. You got Cello Toys over here because there's just so much and they're just all over the place. And then you got the mishmatch of Masters of the Universe. Oh, I think you got the Royal Rumble back there. I think that's more original San Francisco, or maybe that's Jack's Pacific back there. I think more Jack's Pacific playset back there, wrestling ring. I think somebody was asking me about the Simpsons, and I think I got some Simpson playsets back there as well, some figures. Now, this whole shelf used to be Jack's Pacific Classic Superstars, right? And I moved them all into the garage. So now it's just a mishmash of junk. So eventually these shelves will fill up, of course. But in the meantime, this is just basically what I have. So I like this right here. I think this came from like a Facebook group called Era. Yeah. And I don't remember when I got this. Probably like around 2022 or something. But I like that because look at that. That looks just like me. So that is freaking awesome. If anybody from Era is making a Hasbro figure, make that one. That one looks like me. That would make an awesome Hasbro figure. I don't collect He-Man. I don't think I even watched He-Man as a kid, but I mean, I feel like someone who grew up in the 80s, I have to have He-Man, right? So, yeah, that's what I've got. And the new Ninja Turtles I bought, I don't know why I bought this crap. I regret it. It's junk. No interest, but it's there. Just an empty shelf. Some crap I bought from Sin Bodhi, resin figures. I mean, it's two versions of Killer Bees. They're okay, but they're resin. I wouldn't buy them again if I had the opportunity. Got the Freebirds back here, and this is what I'm talking about. Legends of Professional Wrestling. These figures right here are some of my absolute favorite figures. I mean, you got these up here which are loose, and they look spectacular, right? But the carding on these they're beauties. I enjoy these immensely. So they went from like these red cards, right? And then they moved them to these little small black boxes, which I am not a fan of. And of course, Jack's Pacific with the 2-packs. And later on, we got the 3-packs. And then we're going to dive into all of the different AW Remco 3-packs and all of the different variants of the 3-packs. And of course, I had to spread out my LJNs because they don't all fit in one general location. Red, black card, red shirt Hogan. And I'm going to return to the questions shortly, guys. I just want to hit up this general location real quick. All right. What to think of major bundies? I try to get some loose and whatnot. A lot of the major pod folks do frequent whatnot shows. Dig the lighted shelves. Yeah, man, I had to like go on Amazon and buy a lot of those little circular lights because I mean, I'm pretty sure we could have probably bought lights for when we went through Closets by Design or something, but who knows how much more that would have cost. I mean, these are like what? For like a 6-pack, I think they're like $10, $20, something like that. So, but they're Velcro. Or not Velcro. They're, you got to peel them off and they stick to the shelves. And they're always falling off the shelves. So they're not exactly the greatest, but they're serviceable. Hey, Adam, thanks so much, man. I used to compete with a childhood friend on collecting baseball cards of our favorite player, and I think we would count duplicates. I like lists and I like tournaments, maybe even more than Tony Khan. Got a bunch coming from eBay. Dodgers not looking too good the last cup. Yeah, man, I was hoping that Toronto would win. Like, I look at a guy like Shohei Ohtani, I'm like, playing years for the Anaheim Angels and not winning, especially when you play on the same team as Mike Trout, I definitely want Ohtani to win as much as possible. But I'm like, dude, you play for the Los Angeles Dodgers. You signed a 10-year contract. You're probably going to be in the World Series probably 5 out of those 10 years. And you're probably going to win the World Series 3 out of those 5 years. So Ohtani's going to win a ring. He's going to win multiple rings. I'm not worried about him. So this year, I want to see the Blue Jays win the World Series. It's been well over 30 years since their last title. And the Dodgers have just won the World Series very recently. So I'm kind of looking forward to Toronto taking this series. Let's see. After that 18, yeah, that's pretty cool. How close are you to finishing the bio card collection? Not original, yeah. The only bio cards I have is that one for Slick and where the heck's the other one? Oh shoot, I have an Axe. I thought I had Big Boss Man, but I guess it's Axe. So, I was wrong. It's Axe and Slick. Unless Big Boss Man fell behind. Yeah. Big Boss Man fell behind. So, I've got Big Boss Man, Axe. I got a Big Boss Man. Will you stay up there? Okay, I'm just gonna, yeah, there it goes. So Big Boss Man, Axe, and Slick. That's the only bio cards I keep with the figures. I have zero interest in trying to collect bio cards. Now, if I pick them up in like a bundle, like if I make a purchase, 1,000,000% I will keep it and keep it with the figures, but like it's not something I'm actively pursuing to, you know, for part of the collection or anything like that. All right, so moving on. I like this this Remco because this is like one of those this is one of those one of the very few WWF games that Remco actually produced, right? But I tried laying this out and this took up way too much space on my floor, so I'm like, nah, I'm putting this back in the box. One of the worst items of the collection, but I got all three of them, and I wanted them for the Tuesday show when I did the Remco reviews. Thumb wrestlers for Remco, because they literally look like thumbs. At least with the LJN, the thumb wrestlers look like actual playable toys, right? But these, like, God, they're god awful. uh, but how amazing is this, right? Piper versus Bad News Brown. That's so cool. The loose Latuni Macho Man Hasbro style figures, pretty badass. Like those. So I like this table. I like the setup. I like the carded acrylic cases, LJNs, mixed in with the custom LJNs. Of course, you have all of the Heart Foundation customs, all these different customs. And this is what I'm talking about. This is why I have to kind of like knock down my customs so that I don't have, let's see, one, two. That's two different Heart Foundation customs right there. I mean, this would give you basically three different Jim Neidharts right there, right? That would give you three different Heart Foundation customs. This would give you basically four different customs, five if you include the variants. This would give you another. This would give you like six different Heart Foundation figures in a tournament if I used all of them. So this is why, like, I have to say, you know what? Just use your best Bret Hart. Use your best Jim Neidhart. What about these? That gives you like what? 8 or 9 Jim Neidharts I think I have as part of my collection. So, and among all of those, I would probably choose this Jim Neidhart as my favorite one. So, more collections, more of the carded figures. What do we have here? The carded Heart Foundation, Axe, Strike Force Tito, White Shirt Referee. Some of your Jack Pacific figures. So I really wanted this right here to be my next tournament, the Galoob tournament, but I don't have enough customs, so it's going to be a very small tournament if I decided to go that route. All of your loose Galoobs in a Remco tournament, in a Remco ring. And then your Robert Jackson custom, Hasbro customs. And of course, more Robert Jackson customs. He's actually done a lot of my Hasbro customs. And I think he did. No, I don't know if he did that one. Some of my horror section. This right here, I actually got multiple sets of this from Premier Wrestling with Josh Chernoff. So I got these. I got a second set that I opened up loose, right? I got a third set that I've had listed on eBay forever. Horrible investment. Do not recommend. People are not interested in that crap. So if anyone is interested in a complete set of Josh Chernoff, let me know. I would really love to offset those figures. And I think this is the complete set, or most of them, of the Royal Rumble figures. Ninja Turtles. Real Ghostbusters. See, I like this figure right back here because this one and even the werewolf, we used to use them as wrestling figures when we were kids. So that one is really nostalgic for me. when you watch like these YouTubers, right? You watch a lot of these nostalgic channels like New 80s Revolution, right? And you get into things like American Gladiators. And Jason, he talks about like, yeah, I pick up American Gladiators because they're like $5 figures mint on card. I'm like, okay, cool. So you pick up American Gladiators, and or you think about Tales from the Crypt Keeper, because he talks about, okay, yeah, he goes to these shows because they're like $5, they're like $2 in the junk bin, mint on card. I'm like, awesome. America, Tales from the Crypt Keeper, that looks like an awesome set. I would love to have them. You go on eBay, they're all like $40 a piece, $50 a piece on eBay. I'm like, what happened to these $5 mint on card you were talking about? But they're cool as hell. I now want them. Or maybe I bought my first one and now I gotta have the complete collection. So now I got all like, what is it, three, six, eight figures, and so now I just spent like $400 on eight figures when I was expected to pay like $5 a piece. So it's insane, right? But that's how a lot of these collections start, though, is that you buy them based on recommendation or nostalgia or the feel of other people or whatnot. Or Swamp Thing, like you're watching, Kenner from the 80s, and you're like, oh man, those Swamp Thing looks like amazing. And the idea is you buy a lot of the big box sets first because those play sets are like the big stuff with the more expensive things. And then you come back and you buy like the little small caricatures, the little figures, but they're all expensive, man. So I couldn't like buy a lot of that stuff because they were so expensive, but they were fun while I was picking them up, nonetheless. Now these are all duplicates. Like, I just had an open wall. I'm like, what could I put on this that's small? And I'm like, I had so many duplicative Hasbros. I'm like, you know what? Let me get the Hasbros that have accessories. So that's what I did here. Now, Series 9 didn't come with an accessory. I just put him on there because he's $1 Million Man. And I just wanted to put all three there. So that's what I did here. Just a bunch of duplicates. AEW, just because they kind of look like, your Jack Pacific Classic Superstars, I decided to put a bunch of AEW figures here. And, they look pretty solid. It blends in really nice. I like this one with Andre the Giant. And then I get some elites here. Can I get some light? Thank you. Alrighty. One thing when I first started collecting, one thing I didn't do, my wife kind of pointed out to me. She's like, why don't you collect female wrestlers? And I'm like, I don't know. I really didn't have an answer for her. So there was a point where I'm like, I gotta start picking up some female wrestlers. So I went like hot and heavy for a while and getting nothing but female wrestlers. And yeah, for like a month, nothing but female wrestlers. But they all have like these same exact thin, small body types, and I hate that. Like, if I were a kid and I was getting female figures, like, this would piss me off. Like, I hate that. Like, why can't you just give them like normal wrestling body types, right? I get it. They're female, they're smaller, thinner, lightweight. I get it, but still, like, that's shitty. I hate that. So I don't know if that bothers anybody else, but that always bothered me. Let's see. Let me get back to some of these messages. I know the feeling. Right now I'm busy on Shopify. Seems like everyone Figs not on here. True. Just made a purchase of 8 retros from J&J Figures. Yeah. I mean, I still feel like Russell Something's one of the better lines out there. He-Man, Thundercats, and GoBots. Nice. Never shopped on there. They good? Yeah. I would say so. Figures is good. Yeah. Get 10% off with Old J or Young J. Spooky, but still good. Trying to like shoot through the messages as fast as I can. Time to do some hard time, as the big boss say. How many custom Andres do you own? Custom Andres. Custom Andres. I think the only custom Andres I have are probably LJNs. So that is one. The maroon Andre. And so that would be one. So going through, that would be another two. So I'm just looking through. That would be two. I got at least one, if not two more. So technically, this is a custom black strap, so that would be three. Going through, going through, going through. This one right here from the Raider Nation, that's four. And is that it? No. This one right here, which I think is one of the most perfect Andres ever, five. And that one right there, and technically that one right there is very close, right? So that one, and I think that could be it. So I said one, two, yeah, we'll count that, 3, 4, and 5. Unless I'm missing one, but I don't think so. I think that was, oh, nope, there's one more. But, I mean, not much of a custom, but it'll do. 6. Yeah, I think that's it. Billy Jack Haynes. I mean, I got a couple of Billy Jack Haynes. I like this one. I got this one from Canada. And it's an air figure because he's got that double stamp on the back. So that air makes him a little bit more valuable. And also from, where is he at? Here he is. From Mark Hackenberg, I got this custom, right? So, as you can see from the original, just slightly altered paint scheme from the original figure. So, that's pretty awesome, right? So, actually, as a matter of fact, I mean, these figures from Mark Hackenberg, you know, it just shows you why he is one of the top elite customizers of LJN figures. Oh, that's Rob Jackson right here. So, these top two shelves. Hey, what's going on, Detonation? Black card, Macho Man. Man, the only black card that I could ever see is a Latuni, man. I tell you, a LJN black card Macho Man or Grand Toys Macho Man black card is a holy grail. You come across that today, that's like a $5,000 figure. I mean, Macho Man on black card, Ted DiBiase on black card, Elizabeth on black card, Honky Tonk Man, Axe. I mean, these are all holy grail pieces. If that one right there, that Adrian Adonis that I have, if that was original, I mean, this would be like a $5,000 figure. And I thought I had an original, but by all, like, you look at it, I mean, nothing on this tells you that this is nothing but an original. But then you look at the back of this, and when the light shines on this the right way, like, you can look at the color on the back of this card, and you kind of see the way that the print on here, you could look at it and kind of see that, okay, maybe I have questions. Maybe this is a custom card. But like the front of it looks 100% original. Just the back of it, though, I have questions. It could be original. I don't know. But I have questions about about the back of it, but I didn't pay no thousands of dollars for it. And the buyer or the seller I bought it from, I bought from her plenty before, and she gave me an absolutely amazing deal. And the deal that she made with me, even for a custom, like I said, it was a fantastic price. So I'm grateful to have it. But you get something like that, even for a custom, I couldn't pass on it. Have you ever seen a black card of Jake Roberts or Brutus Beefcake? And that's another thing. Brutus Beefcake, I've only seen one on eBay, and the seller was asking $30,000. I'm like, dude, get the hell out of here. I want it, not for no 30 grand. I mean, come on, you're talking about brand new cars. Jake Roberts, that's another one. Uh, Bret Hart, Bret Hart doesn't exist on Black Card. I have a custom I got from Sin Bodhi. He did a really shitty job on it, like a really shitty job. I will show you that one when we get to the garage, but but I do have a custom of it. Yeah, 25 grand. I would definitely say so. Hey, what's going on, Rick? How you doing, buddy? Rick Never Ending, what's happening, buddy? Hey, thanks. What's going on, man? I really appreciate it. Damn, tuning in from Italy. That's awesome. All right, guys. I am going to move over here because this right here is like one of my favorite walls because of my black card collection. You know, the Ultimate Warrior, that's something I thought I would never ever own in my lifetime. And you saw black cards, and they were normally going for anywhere between like $8,000 to $12,000. My buddy Mikey Mojo on eBay, I got both the Ultimate Warrior and Andre the Giant from him, and I didn't pay no $8,000 for either one of those figures. He definitely hooked me up on both of those. I got Ultimate Warrior. I got Andre from him. I got both Heart Foundation figures from him. Who else did I get from him? I think I know I got more from him than just those, but I mean, I didn't buy these all simultaneously, mind you. I mean, I got them at different purchases, of course, but I mean, he definitely gave me the hookup with as far as price is concerned, because he could have sold them to somebody else and got a fortune more. So, you know, when I consider this man a good friend, because like I said, he was definitely looking out for my well-being, and I really appreciate it. But getting those two was amazing. I probably have multiple Rick Rude figures. I mean, that's a little bit more plausible to come across him. I actually have another Rick Rude upstairs, and I've told my viewers, if I ever get to a point where I'm at like 5,000 subscribers and I'm actually earning money on YouTube, I could probably do a giveaway where I could probably say, hey, I didn't pay a whole lot of money on this Ric Flair, and if I'm earning money, I might do something special for the viewers to say thank you and do a giveaway. You know, that's something that my buddy Kirk was planning. Like, hey, he wanted to do a giveaway. I'm like, you know, how can I branch off of his idea? And you know, that was something. I mean, the card itself wasn't like, you know, 100% mint perfect or anything, but I don't think viewers would be disappointed in getting a black card Rick Rude. You know what I mean? So Haku, that right there, I've always said this is probably the holy grail of my collection. AFA graded Big Boss Man. That's my prized possession. I mean, I'm not a pop collector or anything like that, but I mean, they're all wrestling related. I got these on auction. You know, I didn't pay a fortune for them, so they're nice for the collection purposes. What the hell am I stepping on? Who is that? Is that Steve Austin? No, that's The Rock. That is a Rock LJN Jack's Pacific Classic Superstar figure. Did I look at this stuff over here? I think I bypassed this stuff, man. My thumb wrestler collection. I think there's like 24 carded thumb wrestlers. I think I got like 14 out of the 24. Now, I did recently pick up the Paul Orndorff. Now, I think Paul Orndorff has like 2 or 3 carded figures. That just leaves, I think Ricky Steamboat is one that I'm missing. So, Ricky Steamboat probably versus Jake Roberts. Maybe Ricky Steamboat versus King Kong Bundy or something. I mean, basically, the figures on card you're never going to find. So, and of course, all of the AWA Remco customs, the 10 million that I have, all the crazy ones, right? Now, you guys want to know what the oldest figures of my collection are? Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior. Now, these two are literally the 2 figures or the 2 things I actually had from childhood. These are literally mine from 1990. So these aren't purchased. Now, this I got maybe a year ago or so. So pretty much everything that you see in this room was purchased in the last few years, except these 2. So that's pretty awesome, right? And Mattel Mutants. I think we looked at those already. God dang it. Will you stop stepping on that? What did we not look at? At some point, with all the new big rubber guys are coming in, I think I'm going to start putting them up there because, well, I simply don't have anywhere else to put stuff right now. Oh, somebody just got back from their honeymoon in Italy. That's pretty cool. My wife, she wants to go to Japan, but at the same time, she never wants to leave the house. She never wants to leave the babies behind. So I'm like, dude, how do you plan on going anywhere? She will. She doesn't even want to go to like. She doesn't even want to go to Florida with me and go to like Universal Studios or Disneyland or anything like that. So I'm like, dude, how do you want to go to like Japan or like anywhere if you don't want to leave the cats behind? So like crazy, right? All right. Anybody selling these suckers, please let me know. There is one friend in the channel that's reached out to me and sold a few of these guys that I was able to pick up, and actually picked up a couple of variants and got a couple of those guys, and even sold me the wrestling ring, which is pretty awesome. But all right, let's get to the main focal point of the room, which is the LJN carded. Yes. Oh, why is this messed up? Oh yeah, the handyman was moving that because he was looking at the hole in the wall. When the electricians were cutting a hole to lay the wire in order to build the recessed lights in the garage, handyman had to look at the hole to see what it looked like. But anyways, yep, these are all in order. All carded figures, all loose figures. The bendies, thumb wrestlers, they're all in the same order. Well, to the best of their ability, of course. And of course, based on shelf space, couldn't really keep them in the same order anymore, so I started putting Remco figures and then bendies. Oh, Bone Breaking Action, if you're watching, he wanted to know about the Mortal Kombat figures. He thought they were G.I. Joe, but these are actually, I think the eBay seller was called Marbot, and these are supposed to be customs based on Hasbro scale. And these are Squid Game figures, these last 2. So you got Reptile, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and Raiden here. and you just got more. At one point, I was actually kind of creating this bundle where all LJNs that came with accessories was all in one bundle, but I just can't sell them, man. Like, I just don't have the ability. AWA Remco ring with wrestling with a steel cage, and then all grapples and gimmicks that came with duplicates. Like all of your Charles Wright figures, all of your Macho Man figures, all of your British Bulldog figures, all of your Mabel figures, all of your Mo figures, all my loose Mattel Superstar Remco style figures, etc. And all the bendies. Oh, this is going to be like a 2-hour video, guys, or live stream or so. It's going to take a while. Yeah, Power Rangers, shit. I don't know if you guys are interested in seeing these, but you guys know, in 1993, I was 8 years old, and I was probably the most obsessive PR fan in the world. But I never really played with these toys when I was a kid. And yes, a lot of these are toys from my childhood. Actually, a majority of these are from my childhood. Now, yes, even the boxed ones are from childhood. Now, a lot of these things, like Pops, for example, you know, this right here, you know, for example, stuff like that, you could tell like this is more modern, I think. You know, something like that is more modern. You could tell like that is something I may have purchased as in adulthood more recently. But my 2005, 2006 deployment as a soldier, I was sitting kicking back and I was watching The 40-Year-Old Virgin. And in that movie, Steve Carell's character, at the end of the movie, he sold a lot of his Marvel toys, and he sold them for like $40,000, right? And I told this story before. And that is the first time in my life I ever sat back and thought to myself, holy crap, toys are seriously worth money. Like, I never sat back and thought of toys as being valuable. I'm like, they're toys. Like, who thinks of toys as being profitable? That's insane, right? So in 2010, after I got out of the Army and I went back to Chicago, one of the first things when I went back to my mom's house, hi, how are you? Where are my toys? And so, yeah. And in 2021, when I started selling on eBay, best believe one of the first things I started doing is building up this freaking collection right here. It wasn't even wrestling toys I was buying, man. I was buying up this crap right here, buying a whole ton of Power Ranger toys just to kind of establish these collections. And yep, then later on I started getting into Hasbro, Globes, trying to build some of that nostalgia, right? But it was fun. I think this stuff right here is really, though, what really brought in the true pleasure. So, like, Epic Toys / Cella Toys. I think this right here is all Cella Toys, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't remember what the hell this line was, but got some Rumble wrestlers in the back up here. Loose figures. You got your elites back here with some chases mixed in with your Wrestle Something wrestlers. At this point, they're all filled in and complete. So I don't know if I'm even going to buy any more loose figures at that point. You know, same thing with the elites. You know, they're all filled in, right? I don't have any more space. So do I even try to buy any more? And with the, what is this? This is the, oh damn. Now I'm drawing a freaking blank. The Epic Toys. Do I even try to buy any more of these at this point? Now, stretch wrestlers, I did have interest in actually trying to buy as many stretch wrestlers as I could, but they're going for like anywhere between $300 to $1,200 a piece. I want Hogan, I want Piper. Piper I could probably get for around $500, but I mean, I'm not paying $500 for a damn stretch wrestler. Come on. And I got more bendies, but these are like the second release of bendies, right? So, you know how these bendies are, you know, with like the title belts, and these just say bendies on them. So this is like the second sort of release. I thought about potentially trying to get all of those, but I'm like, nah, forget that. And these are like a lot of the superstars, bone crunchers, with a couple other figures mixed in. And then these are the ringside collectibles, Mattel retros, with all the different tag teams. All right, we are going to move up the stairs just before we move to the garage. You know, I thought maybe we'd like go to like some of the upstairs and, you know, look at like the different let me switch it up. I thought maybe we'd like go upstairs, look at like the living room, look at like one of the spare bedrooms and look at those collections. But I'm thinking we might kind of save that for another video, maybe another live stream, because I don't want to keep you guys on too long. I think once we get to like an hour and a half, that should be fine, right? So in the meantime, I kind of want to hit up some of these questions for you guys. That is a used car with about $30,000 for the Bruce beefcake. Yeah. $30,000 for a roof. Yeah, my roof was not twice that, but damn close to it. Fire it up. Zebra cake giveaway. Man, I'm going to sit down for a second because I have a couple of Hogans and the Rick Rude black card upstairs, laying on one of the beds, and surrounded by all of these cards, all the Low Debbie dessert cakes spread around them. And right before I came down here to make this video, I'm like, I'm gonna do a giveaway, and everybody's gonna look at this like, forget all those Hogans and Rick Rude. I want the Debbie. I want the little Debbies. You know, I've been I haven't eaten today, so it's like I was looking at those little cakes. I'm like, shoot, I'm hungry. Oh man, Swiss Cakes Farm zebra cakes, beautifully shaped. What's up, Ross? All right, taking all my willpower to not add these to this week's grocery shopping list. You get vegetables with your shopping list? I do usually have lettuce and some frozen vegetables to try to be good. I always ask because I feel like when my wife gets me to go shopping, she always asks where the vegetables are. I want to get to Europe, but I can't imagine flying for that long. I mean, not Europe, but I mean, I've had all of these trips where I've gone back and forth East Asia. I mean, those are usually like, what, 13-hour flights? And they're not so bad. I mean, it depends on what you're doing. Sometimes you'll sit back, you'll watch like 2 or 3 movies. Other times you'll sit back, you'll try and like sleep for like 8 hours, 10 hours. But I don't know, like if you're lucky and you're capable of getting a window seat, you're fine. But a lot of time they'll put you like right smack in the middle of the freaking seat. And I hate having a damn middle seat because it's like you're facing somebody. You're facing somebody. Like, how do you sleep when you're like practically eyeball to eyeball with somebody else, right? That is so freaking annoying. LJ carded. Homer drool. Holy figures. Is that a blue minifigure? Which one? I got a few of them. Any Barry Horowitz figure? Not yet, but I do believe that either not Title Run Toys. Yeah, is it Title Run Toys? Either Title Run Toys or one of those companies. No, KWK. Yeah, I think KWK is the one that's coming out with them. Dwayne Gill figures. He was just from Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah, Dwayne Gill. And let me switch you around. Um, nope, not there. Da 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 da. Not there, not there. Ah, there he is. That is your Dwayne Gill Bone Cruncher from Wrestle Something Wrestlers. Yeah. So we do have Dwayne Gill. All right. Kitty Cat collection. I'm getting into some retros outside of Mattel now. Yeah, that's why we got a metal roof. That was quick. 1-0 Jets over the Hawks. Ours was I think around 47. Hope you're well. Hey Ross, Sam, I'm doing okay, bud. Yep, that's true. Luckily, if I was hail damage for insurance paid for all, but about 2,000 difference. Not saving up for a new AC for furnace for 16 years. KWK does make a few Horowitz retros. Funny you said about the AC that just went last summer. You like the bone crushing figs? Not that I need another line. I don't like the original line. The only reason I started buying bone crunching figures is because of Wrestle Something Wrestlers from the figure collection store. Like the original line, I thought they were horrible. Like I thought they were some of the worst action figures ever made. But I got into them because I thought the figure collection store did an amazing job with theirs. And like I looked at these and I'm like, this is freaking awesome. Like it's nice and tight. Like the fighting pose is good, and yeah, it's got like a good crunch to it. Well, I don't know if these. I think the first two did. Like I think Blue Meanie and Adam Bomb had crunches to them, but I think the other figures that came after them, I think they lost the crunch. So Adam Bomb and Blue Meanie had the crunch, and the rest of them didn't. But those got me into bone crunching, and that's where I got those card figures, the superstars, and what have you. But after that, no, they're straight trash. Um, but let me jump to the top of these stairs for you guys because. So I talked about the flood in 23, right? So just a fan of nerd culture and I were discussing bootlegs. I was never a collector of bootlegs, right? Had no interest. Now these figures right here, like I don't remember these packages at all, but these particular figures, or these at least these style of figures, I sort of remember them because the way that these legs kind of kick out, right? I remember this. So I remember these style figures because we used to play with these with our Galoobs and Hasbros, and I used to absolutely hate these style of figures. And I was never a bootleg collector. I didn't have any to my knowledge. But as soon as he and I started talking about them, I started going out and buying some bootleg figures. Oddly enough, these bootleg figures, or bootleg figures in general, have turned out to be some of my all-time favorite action figures, man. Like, these things are absolutely incredible. Now, obviously, some are better than others. Like this right here, you know, these are like, nah. Like these are like so and so, right? But like the wrestling champs, these are basically your top five of your LGN wrestling superstars. You know, Big John Studd, Andre the Giant, your Hulk Hogan, your Jimmy Snuka, your Iron Sheik, etc. Right? So these were perfectly fine. Your two pack of Hogan and Andre. I like that they kind of put the same, you know, two pack of Andre and Hogan from your wrestling champs, but they put them on like the same wrestler pack as these guys. Then you have like this sort of wrestler pack, but these figures right here, these are like $50 packs, $75, $100 packs individually. So these are like crazy expensive in their own right. If you come across these. And of course, you know, your Mattel superstars, you know, you kind of keep them in order. You know, Series 1, Series 2, Series 3, Series 4, right? So, and I forget how eventually, where they eventually kind of like ran out of order, but the Remcos. And I have more bootlegs over here. And of course, I have all my Hasbros in order of series. Series 1, Series 2, Series 2 tag teams. And then, you know, Series 3. I don't know if you guys really need to see all the figures or not. But and then just kind of throw like just random stuff on the wall. Like I even went out and bought Chuck because it just looked cool. And I actually thought these were like 1980s muscles, but they're not. This is actually a modern day muscle, so these aren't worth anything. So I kind of screwed the pooch on this one. I might have to move these into the garage at some point, only so that I could keep all of the figure collection store figures all together. So I do have the black one as well, but I'm not even sure. I think I have that in the garage. But I've got up to Series 7 on this wall, or Series 8 on this wall. And then you got all Series 9, Series 10, Series 10, 10, another 10, and then your Series 11. All right, let me see what you guys got going on here. Why am I always way behind? All right, folks, gotta sit my butt back down because I'm a lagging. So, solar panel, I think I've seen that. Heat pump with solar panels, it might make more sense to shift energy. Won't need fuel. Yeah, I seen that right there. So it's not so much aimed towards me, but I definitely want to stay in the loop with what's happening in the conversation. The wrestler faces on He-Man's body. You know what's funny? It wasn't even supposed to be like He-Man's body. There was a group. I know it sometimes, and sometimes I keep forgetting. Um, Warlord of something. There was another line that was like similar to He-Man, but it was called Warlord something, and I keep forgetting the name of the group. But that's technically what they were supposed to be called, or what they were modified after. That's actually what they were mimicking, and but essentially, quintessentially, that's what they are. They're they're bootlegs. They're mimicking He-Man or mimicking Warlord characters. So that's pretty sweet so far. Sure, beneficial and environmentally sound as well. Computer programmer, software development. You can speak. Okay. I'm dizzy. mm. mm. All right. All right. I think I'm all cut up. So, what's the best way to open these new Metalgians to preserve the card a little? So there is actually an opening on the back of the card, which I actually hate, but in terms of opening the card, I think that might actually work because I probably won't open the card, but like I said, there is a small opening on the back. Maybe that would help. I mean, technically, I'm probably going to get like a little scraper and go underneath the bubble, but oh man, I saw AJ, a mod from Latuni, during his unboxing. He was like just shredding the back of the card. Like you during his unboxing, like he was just ripping that thing to just tearing that thing open. I'm like, dude, I was dying inside. Like I keep all those boxes, right? Like I try to save the boxes as best as I possibly can. And I was watching that, and I just saw how destroyed that box was. I'm like, dude, I could not. I was dying. I'm like, how could you, you monster? But I would just try to see if you could slice it open from that little opening in the back of the card, if possible. All right, let's go through this junk. I mean, this is, I don't know, not junk, but I mean it's overflow. But let's see what we have here. All right, so putting up these pegboards, man, this was a lifesaver. All right, this isn't all of the Jakks Pacific Classic Superstars, but this is like a lot of the orange cards that I had here. So this was some of the remaining black cards of the Jakks Pacific, and some of the remaining series. I don't have all of the variants. Like there's a purple, or was it purple, or I don't know. There was another Razor Ramon I'm missing, and this was series 11. I think there was a second Razor Ramon, and I think maybe even a second Brutus Beefcake that I'm missing for series 11. Series 12, I'm definitely missing Bret Hart, and series 13, I think I'm missing two Jake Roberts, and I don't even know if there's a second Ricky Steamboat I'm missing or not. All these damn variants, For series 14, I'm missing a variant of Great Muta. Series 15, I don't have anything, obviously. Title Run Toys, I only have that one. And the rest of these, I mean, they're just randoms that, you know, I just kind of pick up off of eBay here and there, just because, you know, I win them for cheap prices. But like, they're not anything special or flashy that I grabbed, you know. So, and of course, all the Epic toys carded with protective cases. So, I mean, those are special. The remaining Cella toys, protective cases or whatnot, if they have them. So, as far as the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast bendies, they're too small to keep it on the shelves in there. So over here they work beautifully. Don't really care too much about those, whatnot. Oh, some of the figures over here, these are just duplicates, so these are going to be sold whenever. These are my sellables. So Mattel Retros, sellables, Hastel Toys, sellables, Zombie Sailor, sellables, I don't know, Legends of Professional Wrestling, the official wrestling, Premier Wrestling sellables, stuff like that. And then the Jakks Pacific Classics, Jakks Pacific Classic Superstars. Not all of them, obviously, but this is most of them. And then my awesome WrestleFest Shea Butte. Oh, almost tripped on the damn cable. All right. So somebody was asking about the black card Bret Hart. Like I said, Sid did an absolutely horrendous job. I mean, straight chest, right? Like, he basically charged you $25 for to slap a piece of paper, two pieces of paper together, and that was his carding. So I wasn't satisfied for that, and $100 for or $150, whatever he charged me for a piece of resin, and it was just a total slap job, garbage. Like, I just was not satisfied, and I thought, you know, when I went back to him for the other custom work for my line, I thought he was going to actually take care of me, and no. As you guys see, I had to go through Kevin Pelkey and try to redo all of that. So I'm hoping the redo work actually turns out pretty well. So we'll see what happens. These are all the WCW Just Toys Bendums. So hopefully this stuff's really good. Ruthless Aggression stuff down here. The Epic Toys 2-packs with packaging or with protective cases. The Wrestle Something Wrestler Series 2 and 3, I believe. All of your Zombie Sailors figures carded. You see why I had to move them out of the why I moved them out of the storage room. There were just way too many of them. At least here they're all together. So, and with Grapples and Gimmicks, I mean, I actually like the line, but Grapples and Gimmicks, there's just way too many figures, right? So I can't display them in the main display room because there's just no space for them. And I do have to come back out here at one point and have to resituate these because they're just bundled up way too closely. And honestly, at this point, I think I might have to stop buying from them because the space is becoming limited. The prices are becoming too outrageous, and I really have to start becoming more manageable, becoming more financially manageable with my money. So, but uh, this is this setup for now until I can become until I can figure out what I'm doing with those finances. Right. All right. So I'm going to sit down for a little bit, talk to you guys, and we're going to close out the show. Oh, question. How would you say Freddy Krueger? He is LJN. He's just not wrestling superstars LJN. In the year 4 LJN tournament. How awesome would that be? Hawks 1-1 tied. All right. All right. So I'm way behind now. Once I get into my spew, guys, man, it's like I just keep on going. And the hard part for me is like cutting myself off and making sure that I check in on you guys. So they were so and a few large companies. I'm dizzy. Seeing that. Having new purchases. Need to buy some stuff periodically. Checking out sometimes when a big fix shipment comes rise. What's the best way to open? Oh, I seen that. Gotta work hard. Looks like the bubble is embedded into the card. Really? It's between 2 layers of the cardboard. Oh, that's insane. That's gonna make it really hard. Now I know why he pretty much destroyed that card now. He has a good LGN unboxing bid. It's got a few of them, which are pretty solid. The new LGNs on the card have a nice weight to them. Sweet. How much do you think your fig collection is worth? We're asking about the entire collection, or are we just talking about a certain line? 5 million. I mean, if it was worth 5 million and somebody came in right now and offered me 5 million, would I sell it? I mean, for $5 million right now, yes. Because for $5 million, I could buy all of it back in no time. But I would have a hard time letting certain things go. Like this stuff behind me. I'd have a hard time letting that stuff go. But $1 million, would I have a hard time? Would I sell it? Probably. Like if somebody offered me $500,000, I probably wouldn't sell it. $500,000, like $100,000, I'd boot them out of the house so damn fast. $500,000, I'd probably boot them out of the house so damn fast. 800,000, I look at them like, hey, you're probably on the right track, but probably wouldn't be interested. $1 million, I'd be like, okay, I'm interested, but probably not. Variants kind of suck. I'm just kind of going to ignore all the color variants of the new Mattel LGNs. I have major OCD, so like I have a hard time like ignoring that kind of stuff. So that's the difficult part. Like I look at that stuff and my mind won't allow me to ignore that stuff because I was really like, hey, here's a black card, here's a blue card. Great. You want a third one to open? So be it. Now I'm looking at it like black card, cool. Now there's a blue card. Now there's a second shade of blue card. Now you got to get a fourth one that you can open. Now there's a blue card. Now there's a second blue card. Now there's a black card. Now there's a second black card with a darker skin tone on that black card you got to get. So now you have 4 figures you got to get carded. Now you got to get a 5th figure that you got to open. Like, son of a bitch. Suddenly that $25 figure that's like dirt cheap at Mattel, you suddenly got to pay $125 just for, what the hell? So everybody's like, yeah, $25 at Mattel, they're freaking dirt cheap. They're really not. Now you're basically paying XOX Customs price these figures because you got to buy like 5 of them just to get one that you can open. And other people are like, well, you really don't have to buy 5 of them. But knowing me, knowing the way that my brain works, my brain is really a sickness. People with OCD, it really is a sickness when you really understand the way that my mind operates. You really do have to kind of think of it in those terms. Just one each opened, and if I get a black card, it's probably keep it. It's like Watty has a fig store with those hangers. What you call them? What, for the pegboards? Hey, what's up, redneck? Watty has a Jesus Christ figure. I've got the Major Ben's Buddy Christ from Dogma. Did I just stumble upon my childhood dream? Hey, what's up, a newbie? Are the Mattel LGNs actual variants or quality control issues? Yeah, the pegboards look like a fig store. I mean, shoot. Once I put up, I mean, my wife, when we left Texas, actually, I don't know if it was before we left Texas. And one of my deployments when I was deployed as a contractor, so this had to be like early 2010s, like maybe 2010, 2012 ish, like somewhere around that time frame. So I was probably like in Afghanistan or something, and there's probably like a Kmart or something that was closing down, and she went in, she bought like a bunch of pegboards, and she bought like 100 million of those hanging rods, and they were just in our garage for years. We moved from Texas to Kentucky for years. They were just in our garage. Did nothing with them. It wasn't until like recently, and I hired a handyman to like hang those pegboards up on the walls. And then I just started using those rods to start putting them into the holes and stuff. So, and then those little, what do you call them? Those little movable shelves. I started putting little pegboards on those little movable shelves, and I started hammering screws and nails into those to put more pegboards up and put more of those little hanging rods in. And I'm pretty sure I still got a lot of those rods left over. So literally, we had like 100 million of those freaking rods and never got used. So over a decade, probably over a dozen years, we've had those damn things, never made use out of them. So why did she buy them if we were never going to use them? I don't know. But after all these years, we finally made use of them, and now I'm glad to have had them because literally, like you said, it's like walking into a toy aisle at a freaking retail store, and they're actually serving a purpose, and it's serving me a purpose because I'm able to clear out all this excess. Because a lot of these figures, they were hidden behind other stuff on these shelves, or they were hidden behind other things on those white shelves inside the storage room, or they were hidden behind like this white box on the floor, the AWA hockey table, because they're on the little bottom shelf, and nobody ever saw that stuff. So now they're actually on display. I mean, they might be on little hangers but you gotta move things forward, but at least they're noticeable, right? So it's nice to actually have that stuff to be actually seen now. And this was a nice room tour. I think other room tours I've done were more impactful because I was actually able to kind of talk about the store stuff a little bit more in depth. But this one was more fun in its own right because at least this time I was actually able to communicate with the viewers, and so I like that. I liked it better this way, and I feel like in the future, with future room tours, I'm still gonna do it this way because, like I said, I love the communication. So, um, if you guys say, you know what, we like it better the last, just as a regular video, then I'll go back to regular videos. But otherwise, I like it better this way myself. But I'm gonna go through, guys, just kind of go through the last of the comments, and I'm gonna end the stream here. And tomorrow, if Fly the L is interested still, I'm gonna have another do a live stream, and then Ahmad, AJ, and I are gonna do a live stream on Saturday, and we'll close out the week until Bum Shadows and I resume our live stream on Monday. So let's see here. The pegboards look like a fig store. 2-1 Jets. Poopies. I think that's it, guys. Looks like I got all the comments. So, guys, it's been an absolutely amazing live stream with you guys. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in and allowing me to, showcase the collection. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to show upstairs living room. I mean, you guys saw it in a past video with the Ninja Turtles, with the purple room, the 90s Fox Kids, superheroes, and other Ninja Turtles, stuff like that. You guys seen that room. It's fine. We don't have to show that off again. So, hey, Corey, what's going on, buddy? You just hit me up at the end of the live stream, buddy. But other than that, guys, how much you think you spent on the wrestling figure collection over the last 4 years? Shoot, probably close to 4 or 5 ish. I mean, I'm probably undervaluing, but probably not. I don't want to put a full number on it because the wife is probably going to watch this video and I don't want her to chop my head off. uh, but again, guys, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, guys, as always feel free to reach out to me. YouTube, Facebook, wherever. I always love hearing from you guys. So, Rue, way over. Way over, man. Way over. Hey, what's happening, David? Another Ric Flair for you this time in green tights. I bought it. I bought the green tights and I bought the new black Danhausen figure as well. So, I forget who it was. Somebody reached out to me, let me know that they got a couple new variants out, and so I went out and I bought the figures a few days ago. So, they will be coming. If not this weekend, hopefully by early next week, and I'll be able to add those to the collection, and they'll be able to join those folks way up there. I think so. And my wife and I, we don't have kids, so there's really nobody that we're gonna be leaving our money to. And when we're gone, who knows? Maybe we could shut this house down and open this place up as like a museum or something. I mean, that would be a dream, right? So, as always, but I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. As always, thank you for tuning in, and hey, share the stream with someone, anybody, anyone you think might enjoy the video, that might enjoy this collection, and might enjoy the nostalgia, and always appreciate it. Mattel plans on releasing a ring if the LGNs do well. Oh, they are definitely going to release a ring. They released the Mattel Retro ring. They are coming out with the Mattel Superstars ring. There's every company is going to release a ring. There's no doubt about it. It's going to happen, buddy. But that's it for now, guys. I haven't eaten today, and it's like 9 o'clock at night, and I'm getting kind of hungry. So I'm gonna have me some Chinese food or something. Maybe make myself a little bagel dog or something. So wish everybody a good night, and I will talk to you guys in the comments, and see you later. Zebra cake buffet. Corey, I am not going to the toy show. In fact, tomorrow, Halloween, my wife is having shoulder surgery. So, unfortunately, I had to cancel plans to meet up with Kirk at the Maryland Toy Show. So, I won't be going to Maryland, and I won't be selling anything, unfortunately. Yeah, definitely. Thanks for bringing that up. Bringing that up, bud. I completely forgot about that. I spaced on that myself. Hey, take care, Corey. Take care, everybody. Hey, we shall see, Fly. uh, I'll let her know, man. Mm.